should probably put my hat on backwards for this one. What's up, internet? On today's video, I'm taking you on a tour of what I would consider Connecticut's #1 nostalgia store for retro video games and especially vintage toys. I was last there at the grand opening of Vernon, Connecticut's Cruz'n Retro location back in March, and it's been far too long. Let's take a look at how the store has evolved since then. Alright guys, I'm going to need you to bear with me on this for, I believe, the majority of this video. I intended to do post commentary, and since I recorded this like 2 weeks ago, I've realized I really hate doing post commentary on hunting videos. So we're just gonna listen to some Donkey Kong country music, and eventually we're gonna talk to Cruz, and I'll probably have a few things to mention live in the moment, but just enjoy the store. I really do have to chime in here though, because these Robo Warriors were one of the bootleg Power Ranger knockoffs. Looks like they're made by Lannard, that I went super deep into. I don't remember where or how I got these. Maybe it was from KB Toy Works. Something tells me this might have been on a trip to Maine to visit my grandfather, but I was super into these. There was actually a few different Power Ranger knockoff brands that I was super into and I really a ton of nostalgia for, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. It might be something I might look into getting eventually. Of course, I don't really collect on card, so I'm not too interested in these, but getting these loose would be amazing. Here we are, Marvel Toy Biz. This is literally my childhood right here. I had so many of these figures because I was a spoiled, I wouldn't say Toys R Us kid because I didn't go to Toys R Us. I was a spoiled KB kid, Toy Works kid, whatever you want to call it. My mom worked there, so we got a discount. And I was always, when I wasn't, begging for a new video game, asking to get a new X-Men action figure, a new Marvel action figure, something from the action figure aisle at KB Toy Works was always on my hit list. This is another figure I had. Mondo, I think his name was. Oh, you never see this guy with his cape. Damn. This is honestly one of my favorite figures from childhood. And I still have one of these that is in a lot worse condition. I might buy this. So we're gonna add that to my pile. Part of my childhood that has not aged well. Star Wars. I'm like 90% sure I'm done with Star Trek figures, and it's painful to see that the prices on these are so much better than any of the prices I got anywhere I bought mine. God damn. That's unfortunate. Maybe. Who's she from? Maybe. I might need her. I do remember her. She's just not like a main character. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm kicking myself now.
Why?
Well, because I pretty much got all the Star Trek figures I need.
Really?
And I paid way more than your prices.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got them for super cheap at Mansfield, so.
Yeah.
Cruz'n Retro. We do buy PS5s.
I think.
Which system? Is it the disc or digital? Let me see what I can do for it. I can get it.
Oh, this is the new one. I was gonna say, goddamn.
Yeah, so I would only do like one day. Have you tried like Retro Games Plus in Newington or Retro Jump in Manchester?
Hexadecimal.
Yeah, Retro Jump is right on Manchester.
Bob. I like paying up for figures I plan to open.
Okay. You're welcome.
I don't care about the card.
Hello, hello, hello.
On eBay, they're going for like 15 a piece or something like that, or at least if they're asking for it. So I don't know.
That's the guy I had my other favorite figure. Always within range of my desk. My two favorite figures to play with when I was a kid. I don't know why.
We'll hang out.
Hit the subscribe button.
seen that. Is this a PAL Mystic Quest? Or was there actually a Mystic Quest for the Game Boy that we released here? Or is it not Final Fantasy related at all?
I don't think it's Final Fantasy related at all.
I've never seen this before in my life. Oh, UK. Yeah, that makes sense. That would solve that. Deutschland. It's in English though. Hey, Cory from the future, or the present, editing this video, realizing now that this was obviously what they called Final Fantasy Adventure in Europe. As soon as I looked at the back, I was just like, of course, that's what it is. But I didn't realize it in the moment.
Just the price of the card or the entire
Definitely buying this guy.
It's like 3 or 4 cards.
This is my childhood here. Alright,
So
this dude
it's the whole.
and the
I don't
dude in the
know if
back
it's,
there,
like, just a
Trip
promo,
Hansen.
like, is it showing
I never
just
knew these guys were part of
because nothing
the
else came up when I brought
the
it up.
line. For some reason, I didn't see
This is
these
promo cards and
at KB Toy Works back in the day.
That's fine. Let's see. Doesn't matter. What I should have done was I should have sold them the day they were giving those out.
Yeah,
they were going for
should've.
like 40, 50 bucks
Yeah.
on eBay, and then I just did it.
Yeah, so I would probably, the
Goddamn.
games are like very, very low end, so I would
Yeah,
probably
so
do
I'll
with
just, like-
games and the cards, probably like 25 store credit.
That sounds fair to me. I'm cool with that. Definitely doing these two.
Boglins.
I meant
There's TMNT. Not sure if I want to get into that really. So I feel like that comment deserves a little bit of an explanation. I had, as a child, a pretty ridiculous spoiled kid TMNT collection with all the vehicles, all the play sets. And probably in the middle of like the 2010s, we had a garage sale and I just let all of it go for like next to nothing. So conceptually, one of the things I've always hated doing is having an insane collection, getting rid of it, and then trying to rebuild it. So this is the stuff that I have that is quote unquote in my collection. But honestly, are just kind of items that I have. I mean, I have more recent modern turtles. But in terms of vintage TMNT, that is about it. And also the Fugitoid, which I randomly decided to get on eBay as like a complete figure for some reason. I don't know why. But it was cheap.
No, they're at.
Oh.
They're in my.
Might just do these two, but
Just check and see.
yeah, you also
Oh, I had this dude.
been asking if you had. I don't think you does.
And I had that. That's crazy. The crash and dash chair.
That's worth it. Because of the hats. The hats will do the vintage. Oh, really?
Oh, cool. Rick Hunter.
Yeah, Curry, this is your videotape, and I'll show you some of the stuff that isn't out yet.
Oh, cool. What we got? Barnyard. Oh, it's so cool.
And I got
I remember picking these up at Ames.
two of the Wave 2, which is probably the cooler ones from the Wave.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I definitely had the pig there. I don't remember any of these names.
Yeah, me either.
Until I started watching everybody's like toy content,
Horse
I didn't
versus
even
Rams.
I didn't even remember these. For some reason, I remembered Food Fighters.
Which is
But I didn't
which is
remember-
older, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
These were 90. Food Fighters were 80.
like there was.
And there was no cartoon attached to Food Fighters. It was
Yeah.
just the toys.
Hey, when you're a spoiled kid
Yeah.
and your
Well,
mom,
yeah, you did
your
get a
mom
lot of
makes you
stuff.
go to Ames multiple times a week, you tend to gravitate towards what they got. And for some reason, that was like the only place that sold them. So,
Yeah, Vintage Saba.
ooh,
Some of the watches.
Shifters. Never seen that game before.
Then
Probably not great.
Jason the Wheel Warriors.
Oh, cool.
It's also more so,
It's also older 80s line that you don't see too often.
Yeah.
So you had the cartoon for a little while.
Crash test dummies.
There's a ton of them, but yeah, just some of the crash tests.
Do you have like those memories of like having stores that you'd specifically shop for certain toys at? For some
Yes.
reason, this was a Caldors toy for me.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I got the VHS tape
Definitely. It was
that had the demo or the
From,
one episode.
yeah. Then they did the cartoon for a little bit. And then
Yeah, I never caught it on TV. I just had the VHS
some of
tape.
the gargoyles I had to put out, but
Yeah.
I see a ton of the gargoyles.
I just feel like I've got all the NECA ones, which are they're NECA quality, so it's like
Yeah.
but they look so much better than
The vintage.
the original ones.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard.
Well,
to,
I mean, it's kind of, there wasn't too much articulation on those guys, which
Yeah.
they should have had a little bit more, I guess, being a mid-90s toy.
then is this open down here? I meant to ask you yesterday, but I forgot. I'm looking for. I'm assuming you don't have it, but I'm looking for Art of Rally on this one.
I wish I remembered which guys had the weapons. I think I need
Fair enough.
Yi and Yun's weapon.
It's nice to just get rid of stuff you have hanging around.
Yeah.
I had a really bad habit of just buying anything that looked somewhat interesting to me, and then I would either not play it or I would play it, and it's like this is the most boring thing in the world.
I'm weird, so like, I'll buy stuff that I'm gonna play, but I also will grab stuff that I think might have monetary value
Yeah.
later on, like weird stuff, like that you just don't see, like indie games that you know, like at some point someone's gonna say like 5 years down the road, have you ever played this game? And then
Yeah.
everyone's gonna go crazy trying to find it.
I
And
bought
I'm gonna be the guy that has it.
I bought a PS3 to play all the exclusives, and I really wanted to try out the Killzone trilogy and then the Resistance trilogy. And I tried playing it, and both of them just seemed like the most generic mid-2000s shooters.
Have you tried Crisis?
I played it on PC a really long time
Crisis
ago.
2 and 3 was really good
But,
on the PS3.
yeah, but just like Killzone and Resistance just seemed so like generic.
Yeah, it was like weird. Did Fractured come out on the PS3? Fractured was really
Fractured is a
That doesn't
PS3
sound
game.
familiar to me.
Do I have it? I don't have it, but Fractured is another good one.
Is that a shooter too, or?
It's a shooter as well, yeah. But I think right, he has like powers. Can't believe I played this shit.
Yeah.
But it's part of the deal, like you said. Some of that just doesn't hold up graphically. It doesn't hold up.
No,
Especially when you're used to seeing, you're on the Switch, you're on the Xbox or the PS5 all the time now, and you're like,
Well, even like ease of use. Just,
right? So like Area 51, the shooting is inverted. So like
Yeah.
pointing up is actually pointing down is actually pointing up in that game. It's like
Yeah.
really weird. You had to get used to it at first, like, but then after that, it's a really great game, like for the PS2 and the Xbox
I mean-
Area 51. But it was one of those things where like you had to adjust your like mind to it because it was like you were opposite.
even the racing games, instead of using like the triggers on the PS3,
Correct.
a lot of them use hold X.
Correct.
And it's like that's not
Correct.
comfortable. Like,
No, it's a hold X and
everything
then-
nowadays
yeah.
is all triggers.
Correct.
So it's odd. You got anything? I guess you did just buy stuff yesterday. So
Yes, you did.
we'll be
She
back.
looks
man.
tired.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. How's it going? Good. How you doing today?
Cover. What was that game I was thinking about? Oh, for everything else. Monster Rescue. That's them. All right, let's take a look at what I grabbed. Paid 22 something. Grabbed Banshee from the Toy Biz line. This was one of my childhood figures. I still have this figure next to my desk because I enjoy playing with them. I usually used my action figures back then as like wrestlers because all the wrestling figures that they came out with were kind of shit to wrestle with. I don't know, it's weird. But this is the first time I've seen them complete in a long while, so I'll probably keep this on my shelf as is and just whenever I want to play with an action figure, just use the other one. Planning to get make a Colossus shelf if I can find enough Colossus action figures. Probably keep this carded. No real point in trying to display a Bendham figure on a shelf outside of the cart. And then a rental game that I had back in the day, or that I rented back in the day, top 10 most wanted game from PSM. I think that was what sold me on it back then. I enjoyed this. It's kind of like, imagine Star Fox 64 were only the tank mode. That's kind of how it plays. That's the way I remember it. $8, very good deal. Last time I picked up Tempest X a few videos ago. That's what I was thinking of, this game. So seeing this on the shelf for a decent price, I needed to grab it. But that is going to do it for today's video. If you want to check out Cruz'n Retro shop, very cool place. Obviously, we just showed you the entire thing. I have the address in the comments below or on the screen here, probably both. We'll see how I do. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.